So, writing your first Django app, part 1. It says, let's learn by example. Throughout this tutorial, we'll walk you through the creation of a basic poll application. Okay, it says it consists of 2 parts. A public site that lets people view polls and vote in them. Okay, and an admin site that lets you add, change, and delete polls. We'll assume you have Django installed already. I don't. You can tell Django is installed, which version, blah, blah, blah. Prefix. If Django is installed, you should see the version. 4, how to install, creating a project. Okay, so I need to get up to speed by actually installing Django. I'll create a virtual environment real quick. So we will do, what I'm gonna do, Python make venv.env. Just create my virtual environment. Okay, then what I can do is run that virtual environment. So I'll do source.venv, then activate. Now I got that going. Should be pip, not pop, list. That's everything that's installed so far. And so now I want to pip install Django. And we have Django installed now. So I'm going to pip list Django. Okay, up to speed. Let's create a project. Okay, so create a project. If this is your first time using Django, you have to take care of some initial setup. Namely, you'll need to auto-generate some code that establishes a Django project. Yes. Collection of settings for instance of Django. Collection of settings for instance of Django include database configurations, Django-specific options, and application-specific settings. Okay. Vague, I guess. From the command line, cd into the directory where you'd like to store your code, and then run the following command. So we're going to run the Django admin command, and that has start project, and we're going to name it my site. And this will create my site directory in your current directory. Cool. So let's do that. So it's cool, like when you look at Django, so like if I go to Django admin, that should give me a list of everything that I can actually run with Django admin. And so the one that they're saying we need to do to start our project is start project. And that's why it's Django admin start project, and then giving it a name. So that's what I'll do. I'll do Django admin start project, give it a name, which is my site, the name that they gave it. I'm going to put a dot after so that I can put it into the folder that I'm actually in right now, versus it making me 2 folders. So I got my site here, cool. So I created all of the Django code and settings, URLs, and all the boilerplate that we need. Okay, yes, it did that. Okay, let's look at start project. What start project created? So we did that. We looked at and seen that that's what it created. So these files are, name doesn't matter, you rename it, manage.py. Let me see manage.py right here. This is a command line utility that lets you interact with the Django project in various ways. You can read all the details about manage.py. I will. I think I actually had that up already. Is that the same thing? Admin. I think that's the same one. Yeah. I am going to take a look at that as well, but pretty much saying manage.py is this command line utility lets you interact with Django projects in various ways. So one of the ways that we're going to interact, so like I think you can actually see maybe. So if I do Python manage.py, yeah, it gives you a list of what it actually can do. So you can do change password, create super user, all of this stuff, migrate, do some migrations. Remember in the beginning, in the first video, we say migrate, make migrations. So make migrations is going to create migrations of everything that doesn't have a table, and migrate is going to actually create that table. Start app, start project. Wow, is that start project as well? Oh, it's Django. Huh. Okay. Well, it's Django. I guess not Python. Anyway. I think we can actually start a server right now. Python manage.py, and manage.py has run server right here. And so we can do run server, and that actually creates a server, and it's at localhost 8000, and that's our server running right now. And we got a little bit ahead, but get out of this, stops that. Okay, let's manage.py. The inner my site directory, which is right here, that's the actual Python package for your project. So all of our project stuff is going to happen here in my site. Its name is the Python package name you'll need to use to import anything inside it. Inside of example my site.urls. I don't know what that means. Its name is the Python package name you'll need to use it. Oh, I guess anytime I need to import anything inside of this package, my site. What is it? My site init py. Where's that at? Oh, that's this one right here. Looks like nothing's in there. Empty file that tells Python that this directory should be considered a Python package. Your Python beginner, read, blah, 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 docs, okay. Python, my site settings.py, settings and configurations for the document, Django project. So we can go to settings, and it says the same thing, Django settings for the my site project. So these are all settings in here, host. I've used host before when I was dealing with API development and cores issues. Yeah, apps here. So whenever we create a new app, we're gonna let the settings know, or my site settings know, and we can add that there. It's a middleware going on. So like one of the middlewares that I've used before is the cores middleware. I don't know what these are, templates, never used them. Database, we can change the database. Maybe use like a Postgres database. Odd stuff, yeah. A lot of settings, I'm not familiar with all of them, but that's our settings. URLs, the URL declaration for the Django project is a table of contents, a table of contents of your Django powered site. You can read more about that there, so keep that in my back pocket. And we can look at that here. And what does it say? Does it say anything extra? So URL patterns, they said that's a table of contents for our Django powered sites. So as we can see, we can go to this one right here, which is admin. What's that? Oh, I think I know why. So that's the admin, and that's gonna take us there. And yeah, oh, we've seen this before. So like once we get other things going, so we can do like path and have another route saying, I don't know, students or something like that. And that could take us to like some students view. So if we had another view, so we can do like, I think it'd be like, whatever we'd have, like students, that view or something like that. And that would take us to this function. I think it's view.students actually. But anyway, it takes us to some function that we can then use this path right here to get to. And that's what these URL patterns are about. I'm getting some squigglies because my interpreter is not right. I'll just fix that later. Not important now. ASGI. Entry point for ASGI compatible web servers to serve your project. Okay, I'm not sure what that is, but it has something to do with web servers serving the project. And entry point for another web server server project. So we can read more about these. I'm not going to read too much into those right now. Maybe at another time I will get into it. But that is all about creating a project.